secrets we expect governments to hide. Weapons, experiments, classified files. But the most disturbing truths aren't locked in bunkers or buried in sealed archives. They are around us, in our homes, on our screens, in the parks we take our children to, even in the churches we walk past without thinking. 4 truths the world was never meant to see, because they reveal something terrifying. That reality isn't what we think it is. Let's open the files. Number 4. Hidden inside the Vatican are more than 35,000 sealed documents, ancient scrolls, forbidden texts, classified relics. But one of the most disturbing secrets in the entire archive is a machine. Its existence first leaked in the 1950s, a device built by a team of priests and scientists, including Enrico Fermi, one of the creators of the atomic bomb. It was called the Chronovisor. According to the testimonies of Father Pellegrino Ernetti, a respected exorcist and scholar, the device didn't just record sound, it recorded time. He said the Chronovisor could pick up residual energy left behind by historical events, echoes imprinted in the environment like fingerprints. By tuning the machine's frequency, they could see the past, and the Vatican never denied it, not once. Ernetti claimed to have witnessed the crucifixion of Christ, ancient Roman speeches, lost Greek plays, and moments erased from history. He described the scenes in perfect detail, details historians later confirmed as accurate. But here's where it becomes disturbing. In 1960, a photo allegedly taken with the Chronovisor circulated in Europe, a close-up of Christ on the cross, face twisted in agony. It matched an artwork found decades later, but with facial features no historian had ever seen before. The Vatican responded with one sentence: if such a device exists, it must be hidden for the safety of humanity. Not denied, hidden. Documents referencing the Chronovisor were locked behind sealed walls, classified, until dates well after the year 2100. Why? Some believe the device revealed things the Church didn't want the world to see. Lost scripture, altered history, events that contradict doctrine. Others believe the truth is darker. The Chronovisor could show the future, and what they saw terrified them. Imagine a machine that reveals every lie, every distortion, every falsified historical event. Imagine a device that could show humanity its own end. The Vatican's silence says enough. Number 3. America's national parks are beautiful, peaceful, natural. They're also the epicenter of one of the most disturbing hidden truths in modern history. Every year, hundreds of people vanish inside them, without footprints, without scent trails, without any physical trace. They disappear in minutes, sometimes seconds. But here's the part the public rarely hears. There is no official database of missing people in national parks. None. Journalists who requested the records were quoted fees up to $1.4 million just to see who's gone missing. Why would a government agency make truth that expensive? Because the numbers don't make sense. There are clusters, strange disappearance zones, where people vanish under impossible circumstances. Shoes found miles away, clean without a speck of dirt. Bodies recovered in areas combed dozens of times. Children found alive far beyond the distance they could physically travel. Victims placed in treetops. Cases of hidden storms that appear out of nowhere. People vanishing while walking 10 feet behind a friend. One of the most chilling cases happened in 1958. A boy named Dennis Martin vanished during a family trip in the Smoky Mountains. Search teams combed the area with hundreds of people, helicopters, dogs. They found nothing. Then a special forces unit arrived, unannounced, with weapons. They wouldn't speak to rangers, wouldn't share why they were there, wouldn't say what they were tracking. When asked, their commander said only, "We're looking for something dangerous." They never found Dennis, but locals reported hearing screams in the woods the night he disappeared. Screams that didn't sound human. And the truth everyone avoids. The National Park Service is not required to release missing persons data. There is no oversight. Cases can vanish into the system, just like the victims. The forests are not empty. The truth is. Number 2. In 2021, the CIA quietly uploaded thousands of documents about UFOs to a website called The Black Vault. They described it as everything we have, but that wasn't the disturbing part. The disturbing part is what's missing. The documents include pilots losing control of aircraft, objects accelerating beyond known physics, spheres entering the ocean without splash, encounters with biological effects, bodies found after exposure to UAPs, but nearly every page is redacted. Entire paragraphs replaced with black ink, coordinates removed, victim names erased, impact reports hidden. One case described a pilot who lost consciousness after a bright flash. When the plane landed on autopilot, he had corneal burns, radiation sickness, and neural disruption patterns. The document ends mid-sentence. The rest is blacked out. Another file describes a crash in the 1980s. Witnesses saw a glowing sphere fall into the forest. When military teams arrived, they found a large crater, melted trees, and biological residue. The description stops there, but the coordinates were removed. The location is still unknown. The most disturbing file describes an encounter that caused a human to develop unexplained brain lesions and sudden behavioral changes after contact with a UAP. The report is labeled potentially recoverable anomalous material. Recoverable material. Meaning they retrieved something. And they didn't tell us what. The CIA didn't release the truth. They released the outline of a truth they refused to explain. Because whatever they recovered wasn't from here. Number 1. This hidden truth affects you more than the others because you've heard it hundreds of times, maybe thousands. Whenever you watch a sitcom, Friends, Seinfeld, Full House, Big Bang Theory, you hear laughter. But here's the truth no one talks about. Almost every laugh you hear comes from a person who's been dead for decades. In the 1950s, a sound engineer named Charlie Douglas created the first laugh track called the Laugh Box. It was a secret machine containing real recordings of audience laughter from the early 1950s. People laughing at comedy shows, variety acts, live recordings. But those audiences are long gone. Many died in the 60s. Some died tragically. None of them ever knew their laughter would become eternal. And the disturbing truth, modern shows still use those same recordings. That means when a sitcom tells a joke, you're hearing the laughter of people who have been dead for half a century. Their voices echo across TV shows they never watched, laughing at comedians they never saw, reacting to moments that didn't exist when they were alive. It's a ghost track, a chorus of the deceased, woven into your daily entertainment. Some audio engineers even claim certain laugh clips contain faint background noises, unintelligible whispers, coughs, or breathing, echoes of the studio where the recording was made. a studio that no longer exists, voices that no longer belong to the living. You never realized you were listening to ghosts. 4 truths, 4 pieces of reality the world hides behind silence. A machine that records the past, a forest system designed to erase its victims, UFO files that reveal more through what's missing than what's shown, and dead voices woven into your entertainment, laughing long after their bodies turn to dust. The disturbing part isn't that these truths exist, it's that they're everywhere, around us, disguised as entertainment, bureaucracy, faith, or safety. If these are the truths we eventually discovered, what about the ones we haven't?